Bangin' beers, bangin' beers, time to bang some beers. Bangin' beers, bangin' beers, time to bang some beers. If you got some beers to bring, you know we're always down to hang. One or two or three more, come see what we've got in store. A beer for you and a beer for me, 1 and 1, and that makes 3. So if you think you're down to hang, come and join the bangin' gang. Bangin' beers, time to bang some beers. Bangin' beers, time to bang some beers.
I hope this works. Hey guys,
Woo!
we're hanging here for a second just to see how this sounds on Facebook. Give me 1 second. Trying to figure things out on the fly.
Checkity
Sometimes
check.
this happens. Yeah, we're good. We're good.
All right.
Alrighty. Yeah. All right. Perfect. So Oktoberfest Part 2.
Part 2.
Part dos. We have
Electric
three.
Boogaloo.
We have 3 Oktoberfest beers we're gonna do today, and then I think 3 non-Oktoberfest beers we're going to do.
Yes.
If you guys like the episode, this content, please hit that share button. Let people know we exist, as well as check the links below to buy some merchandise. I think I have this is like the first time actually openly saying it out loud. I think what we're gonna start doing is, you know how we have like all these different variant logos.
Mhm.
I think what I'm gonna do is maybe take some of the logos off the merch page and say like this logo is gonna only be available for like a month, and then this one. But I don't. But I also hate when companies do that and make things like exclusive or never get
Yeah.
again type things. I don't know how I'm gonna do it yet. I'm just trying to
You can kind of
think
like
of clever ways to.
like hey, like I want this logo and have like if there's like 5 people that do it,
What do you
like
mean?
5 people or like more than 5 people want the logo again. You think about bringing it back.
Yeah, but I there's nothing more that I can't stand is when a company just like takes away something because they only did it for like a couple weeks. That really bothers me.
Limited edition.
Yeah, like limited run stuff. I hate
Although it would fit into the theme of the, especially for banging beers, it would fit into the theme because you've got seasonal beers. You can have seasonal logos.
it. Yeah, we'll see
Yeah.
how it works. I don't know. Just trying to think of clever ways to possibly bump merch sales a little bit. All right, so our first one, Ben.
Oktoberfest is a Rusty Rail Brewing Company rye beer, clocking at a 5.3% alcohol by volume. Rusty Rail is a microbrewery in Mifflinburg. A wonderful break from the traditional fall seasonals. Knocktober is a sessionable ale with subtle sweet and roasty malt flavors, rye spiciness, and a pleasant citrus finish. We picked it because Oktoberfest, it's Knocktoberfest.
So
So-
I had this at the rest in peace, the Greystone. This was on tap the one year there, and I loved it. It was, I mean, not loved it. I thought it was a really good beer. It was, I looked at my score here, and it's right where I thought it would be. But this is something I was really into at the time.
Mhm.
I love the color. I like the amber beers.
I did this one August 23rd, 2017,
Mhm.
so it was a little bit of a summer beer for
I'm
me.
surprised I haven't had this already.
I've had it once before.
To me, I don't know. Does this one to me kind of taste like a mixture between like your Oktoberfest, but also like a
It's a little bit citrusy at the very end of it.
The blood orange really does stick out.
yeah.
Yeah.
Like I can smell it, and like the rye has is that little bit of like spiciness to it versus like your normal barley stuff.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah, definitely.
Like I like a really good rye ale.
I
Yeah.
think with revisiting this one again, it kind of gives me a little bit of a perspective of like what to taste, especially with what we're looking for at this point in time.
Yeah.
This is actually pretty decent. I
Yeah,
like it.
I enjoy it.
I enjoy it.
I also like Rusty Rail. I think they make great beers.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Real quick before we get into our reviews here, I want to give you guys a quick thank you. Once again, for the people who come here all the time and share it and come talk to us. First off, the Yingling episode did very, very well.
I missed that.
Yeah, very, very well. And not only did it do very well, our audience is growing. Right?
How was the premium?
was good.
Premium's really
always gets
good.
the premium always gets a bad rap in the circles in the circle I hang with.
Yeah.
Not that I hang with a bunch of people, but in the small circle of friends I hang with, premium gets a bad rap.
I'll tell you what.
Don't give them the satisfaction. Try the premium. It is
Yeah.
actually decent.
All right.
Here's what that Yingling episode did for me. So obviously, just going out and trying so many beers all over the place and drinking so many IPAs and so many of this, and like kind of having that need for like the lagers and the pilsners and
Yeah.
stuff like that, and then kind of revisiting a beer company that's in your own backyard, but I always go to like the go-to one or twos.
Yeah, that's what I do.
Yeah.
And then going back and trying some of those again, and like I'm like, man, I liked every single one of them, and I know like people are like, oh, you're just kissing ass, but no, I legit enjoyed every one of those beers. Like, there's not a Yingling lineup beer that I would be like, I'm not into it.
Yeah, like I think the general consensus on like the premium and everything was like, I will take this any day over a Budweiser, MGD,
Mhm.
whatever
Really?
that
Yeah.
full price, like Coors Banquet, whatever.
Yeah.
That was close.
Yeah.
So like it's good. I mean, it's like yeah, it's your cheaper beer, but
Yeah.
it's not
Mhm.
like I would take it over any of those any day of the week.
Absolutely.
I'm gonna have to try it now.
And
I mean,
then-
it's been years since I've had a Yingling Premium, simply because of, the people I hang with just don't drink it, and they give it a bad rap, and I'm
Mhm.
like, well,
Almost like everyone always gets the lager. I mean, it's
Yeah.
yeah,
like
plus
you
everyone
forget
gets a
about it
lager.
sometimes,
And then
especially
we-
like you don't find it out of the area really.
I probably would just get the premium in cans because I like the cans better.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then we came across, we're like, what is a flight like the light version of the flight of? Because like the lager has a light, the premium has a light, and then we had the way we did it in the episode. It wasn't even on purpose. We did the golden, and then we did the flight next. So we're like, oh, the flight kind of tastes like the lighter version of the golden.
Oh,
Yeah.
interesting.
Yeah, to us
Interesting.
anyway.
Yeah.
I mean, but also it could have been because we just had the golden.
Yeah,
Yeah, might have been.
but
Yeah.
also like it makes sense. Like the grain. I would like to see the grain bills of them and see what the
Mhm.
comparison is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But the episode did really well. So, and this is just not just for Bangin Beers, but across the network. Our audio listens are higher than they've ever been. So
Cool.
people are listening to the audio only episodes. YouTube is starting to get a big hit again. For a long time there, YouTube, like we put an episode up and like 300, 400 people would watch it on Facebook. And then like YouTube would get like 3 people. But I think we're starting to slowly show people on YouTube, because for a while there, YouTube was the only place you can watch it.
Yeah.
I mean, once we put it on Facebook, there was a while there where we only did audio only, and we would just put
Right.
the audio only on YouTube, and then people kind of just got away from it. And now everything's starting to build back up again, which is cool. Like it's so I want to thank you guys for sharing it, letting people know, and the word of mouth is huge, because we're not paying Google ads and we're
Yeah.
not paying Facebook to
Facebook
promote
ads.
us. We walked that route before, and I felt like it wasn't legit. So I mean, a lot of this show growth is. I mean, I'm going on pages and promoting it as well. But I mean, you guys are doing a great job as a fan base and as an extended members of our family of sharing this and letting people know this exists, and we truly appreciate it.
Cool. It'll be interesting to see what we do, how we stack up against the NFL football as far as live goes.
Oh yeah, today it would be tough.
Yeah, is what it is.
Yeah, with
I mean,
people
the only
clamored
difference
for
is
it.
like most of Philadelphia fans, I think, and
Are gonna be-
Washington fans are kind of packed in already for the year.
Yeah.
Yeah. We'll see. We do. We
Well,
are
I mean, the plus side though is like live. I mean, they can still go back and watch the episode.
absolutely
Yeah.
it's true. Yeah. So what do you think, Ben, of this
I really
Oktoberfest?
appreciate this beer a lot more than I did in 2017. Really, again, like what Andy was saying about the notes, I really taste the notes a lot better because I'm being more self-aware of what to taste for, and I'm really enjoying this one. It's definitely one of those beers that you want to have if if you're sick of the Oktoberfest, or if you are like, hey, I just want something just a little bit different. This is a little bit right up your alley.
Mhm.
I think I still keep it as a solid 3.5 non-Oktoberfest beer. So that would be where I stand with that.
Okay.
I agree with everything you guys said. I rated it a 3.5 last time. I didn't see when the last time I had it, but I kept it at a 3.5 this time. Full bodied, nice color. The taste is just right up there with other.
He's gonna pull that one up.
Oh, we were going to rotation.
we're
We're
gonna-
doing that
Oh,
again.
all right.
Yeah. So what we're doing now is we just go around the table and everyone gets a chance to read a beer off.
I get to read. Oh, this is the one I got you.
Yep.
All right, Warhorse.
Yep.
Cool.
I'm going. I cannot guarantee, but I can guarantee I'm going there next Saturday.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to stop in.
Get me some, 'Hasten Hero.
Mhm.
Uh, Mom's supposed to come up.
Okay. Yeah,
Where's-
Hazel
yeah.
and Hero, and see if you can get like a mixed pack of some stuff.
Well, they don't do mixed packs, so you have
well,
to do a 4-pack,
there's
4-pack.
there's some places up there that mix them up for you, right?
I'm going right to the brewery.
Yeah.
Um,
I'll tell them you're coming and be like, hey,
Cool.
make a mix 6.
all right. Warhorse Brewing Company.
We're not doing October, Bobs.
Yeah. Horses Stole My Beer, an orange cream milkshake
Well, before you
IPA.
get there, what
Go
did
ahead.
you think of Oktoberfest?
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah. I really like it.
Get it queued up.
It's a little different. It's not an Oktoberfest, obviously, but
Yeah.
I like a good rye ale. I think it's under represented because it's not a sexy IPA.
Mm-hmm.
So a good rye ale, good red ale is always usually a good staple. The citrus from the blood orange, I think, and the rye, like the little spice to the rye, really kind of complements each other.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
And but the citrus isn't overpowering. So
It has that nice malt back end too.
yeah, I could do a case of this.
Yeah.
Rye ales get a raw deal.
They do.
I think we have 2.
A right deal.
Yeah, rye deal.
I think we have 2 ales. Yeah, so I agree with everything you guys say. I gave this a 3.75 as well.
3.5 is what I scored it. Yeah.
All right, so this is some Warhorse.
brothers.
All right. Warhorse Brewing Company out of Geneva, New York. We are doing the Horses Stole My Beer. Here we are, folks, ready to dive into a grown-up version of an ever-popular orange cream shake. Brewed with no less than 84 pounds of tangerines and 66 pounds of hops. Truly a harmony of ingredients that captivate and amaze. These, along with the hazing, including malts and mysterious unfermented lactose, come together in a blazing kaleidoscope of flavor, bursting with delight from Born on Date to Pop Tab, liquid music with rainbow hues, a dessert dream made real.
Yeah, I like that. I like that.
I'm a huge fan of this brewery.
It is my favorite brewery in New York.
I like that.
I've yet to find something I don't like from them.
It's an Orange Julius.
And their wine is pretty good. Three Brothers Wine is located right there. The wine is pretty decent, and their food is good.
So
Sorry, more
I'm normally not. I'll start with this one. I'm normally not a orange flavor. Like in when it like I love eating oranges, but usually when it's orange flavored like creamsicles and stuff, I'm not a huge like I appreciate it, but it's not my go-to.
Yep.
I thought the Bolero Snort
I know you were gonna get to that.
creamsicle was one of my favorite orange creamsicle beers I've ever had because it was very orange, but I knew I was still drinking a beer.
Yep.
This is in the same ballpark. This is a very tasty orange creamsicle, but you know you're still drinking a beer.
There's just enough hop taste to it to let you know it's not a smoothie.
Yeah.
Yeah, I actually really like this one. I usually don't like anything with milk sugar in it. Like it's usually just I feel like it makes most of the beers taste the same.
Yeah, this
But-
one really.
This tastes like an Orange Julius.
The tangerine really screams in this one big
Yeah.
time. Where you have Bolero Snorts, the orange creamsicle is more like the artificial flavor. It was like gimmicky, and that was what they were shooting for. This is more of like a natural, orange. And it really,
Yeah,
you
it
really
doesn't-
get that
it
tangerine.
doesn't
I like
taste
that
like
bite of the tangerine into
fake.
this. Yeah,
That vanilla is really good
Yeah.
too.
Yep.
It's nice. It's balanced too. Like there's nothing that
Yeah.
overpowers it. Kind of the like orange cream like just kind of sits really nice together.
the smell is really like you can really smell like the orange, like citrus out of that, and then everything else falls in suit. Like you taste more of that tangerine in it. The vanilla smooths it out, and it just smooths out like a regular beer. Then on top of it,
If this is a beer you want and you would like to try and you're listening to the show, let him know before you go Saturday. You could PayPal him the money; he'll bring it home for you.
There you go.
This also may or may not be. I cannot confirm or deny. Maybe at the courthouse in Frackville as well.
oh, okay,
Oh.
Just gonna leave it at that.
all right.
All right. Who didn't score this yet?
I don't think we
Oh,
scored at all.
I'll give
really.
this. I'll give this a. Like I said, not a huge orange fan, but I do really enjoy this beer. I'll stick with a 3.75 here as well with this one.
I'll agree on that. 3.75. It's super solid. Like as for a milkshake, I actually like. You know, like I said, I feel like the lactose is a fine line in a lot of different beers that will either make
oh
or
my
break
God,
it.
Yeah.
So it's not overtly sweet. I mean, it's probably too sweet for me to like drink like 6 in a sitting, but I could definitely have at least 1 or 2.
You know what I would probably do with this
I
beer?
can drink this as breakfast.
Yeah. You know what I would probably do with this beer? Like I said, I'm not a brewer, so maybe what I'm saying is completely off base here. But instead of doing the vanilla and the lactose, I would replace it with marshmallow to use the fluff to give it that vanilla and that creamy taste.
Yeah, you could. If
probably
they do
work.
a variation of that, that'd be pretty wild.
740 check-ins so far with an average of 3.8 on the scoring scale at Untapped.
So we learned something about Bob in our Yingling episode too. Is that Bob is he has not confirmed or denied, but he feels he is the most. He has the most Yingling lager check-ins in the world.
And that's his goal too.
That's his goal. He wants to be the most checked-in person who checks in Yingling lagers. And I was like, you know what, man? Like that's something I never even
It's a
thought
lot
of.
of beer.
Well, here's the thing: how many times have you had the same beer multiple times, but you're like on Untapped, you're just like,
I'm not checking
I
this
had
in.
it
Yeah.
before, and then I'm thinking to myself like, now I want to kind of
Find
find
a
my beer
Yeah.
and just check in it like crazy.
Yeah. Yeah.
We're probably way behind the curve already.
I keep
but-
thinking about it, and then I'm like, I'm
Unless
too
you
fucking
come
lazy.
up with a new beer that's going to be a staple, perhaps the Flight.
yeah,
But I don't know if I can drink that much Flight.
I'm gonna go hard in the paint on Chetties.
Yeah.
I'm gonna check
Lord-
them in every
Lord
time.
Chesterfield.
I'm gonna check them in
I'm gonna
every
keep
time.
six Black and
clear
tan.
out 6-packs.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go black and tan.
Got a lot of
keep it in the
catching up
fridge
to
all
do.
day.
I'll tell you what.
Last week reminded me how much I love the black and tan. I'm like, oh, it's such a good beer.
It
Yeah.
is. It's my favorite beer.
I didn't see. I've never really had the porter by
Oh,
itself.
the porter is fantastic
Until-
too.
Porter's
Mhm.
really good.
And then when I had it, I was like, this is already a very chocolatey beer.
Yeah,
And now you had the Hershey chocolate too. It's like, this is a banger.
dude, the porter on draft is awesome.
I used to go to the cake stand and you can break down the case. So I used to buy a 12-pack of the Black and Tan and a 12-pack of the porter.
Yeah.
I just might do that today before I go
There
home
you go.
Yeah.
and see if they have any Hershey's chocolate porter left.
Yeah.
Oh, that's still broadly available.
Is it?
Yeah.
I would definitely say for the Horses Stole My Beer, this is a good 3.75. This is a solid 3.75 overall.
Yeah.
Has all the citrus, like the citrus notes are well represented. The balance is there too. If you think like, hey, I'm gonna really taste oranges or I'm gonna taste vanilla, not necessarily. You're just having a good overall. Like you're getting the little nip. Great introductory milkshake as well too. So
Yeah.
definitely nothing wrong with that at all. 3.75 for me. Taste the you taste the citrus. You taste the vanilla. Citrus up front. It's a very pleasant milkshake IPA.
Yeah.
I scored it 3.75 when I first had it. It has not changed for me. It's still a good 3.75. It's just your everyday awesome beer.
Yeah. Once also too, while we're pouring this next one, or you're taking a photo, I almost took it away from you. We changed the group pages on Facebook. I don't know if you guys noticed, but now so before when I was trying to tag like Bangin Beers or Tornado Tag or Not Cool in high school, the group page and the Facebook like page were the same name. So a lot of people were, I think, maybe getting confused. I mean, it was possibly confusing me too because
Yeah.
I was putting it to the wrong thing. So our group pages are now the community pages. So as I say, Bangin Beers podcast community page. So you guys can just differentiate the two. Amazing job to everyone who's putting their beer reviews out there. Huge thank you to everyone doing that. Huge thank you to Billy.
Yeah, Billy Gober.
Billy for
Craft House.
for putting all the Craft House stuff up there now. Brett helps me. Like I'm trying to go to the cake stand for Brett more to kind of get more of his inventory. I went to the courthouse. I got their inventory. I put it on the page. So if you're out somewhere and you're at a distribution center or a distribution place or a Mix of Six place or anything like that, and you're out picking up beer, think of us. Not just the us, but think of fellow people in our community who are looking for good beers. Review your beers. Tell people what's on there. Maybe something we haven't tried that we can try on the show. Millie's been posting other people who do beer stuff. So she's really in tap with like social media. So she'll find people's posts and share them. As well as if you're out picking up a 6-pack somewhere, be like, hey, here's where I'm at. Take a quick picture of their cooler and be like, this is what they have available here for
Yeah, I
beer.
mean, the more people participate in the new community is like the more we can grow it. I mean, it's a great interactive tool for all you guys and all of us to kind of like, hey, what's out there? What should we cover? Like, what are your thoughts about?
Where can I go to get it?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Because I mean, sometimes what happens too is you kind of take it for granted, or you think maybe a lot of places in Schuylkill County don't have good craft selection, and you drive by like for me, I drove by that place in Schuylkill Haven 100 times between Cressona and Schuylkill Haven, and then one day,
County Beverage.
yeah,
Oh, they're awesome.
where the candles and
Yeah.
stuff are, and I
Yeah.
pulled in
Oh no,
there.
that's Mox Goot.
Yeah,
Marcus Scoots,
yeah. I pulled in there one day and I was like, oh, they actually have a cool selection. Like they do pretty well, and they have like a mix of 6, and they have like cold and not cold. And I was like, I would have never known if I wouldn't have stopped in.
Yeah,
so,
County Beverage between on 183, right at the end of Haven, like when you're coming down from Cressona.
Yeah.
They also have an awesome selection too.
Cool. So yeah, definitely. If you guys are,
They're very IPA heavy.
what are your untapped usernames? I want to add you all. Also add beer, food, fun. So mine is Banging Beer. I think I'm just Anthony Blackwell Jr. on there. I could be wrong. Oh no, Banging Beers Podcast. Anthony is mine.
Mine is AJ Hair, HAIR.
MCFD Tony.
Cold Wolf 35.
I
I
love
know
that.
you're gonna fucking laugh at that too.
That's the best one ever.
Beer. What was that?
Beer, food, fun. So
Beer,
we're
food,
actually
fun.
working on a collaboration with them very soon. So they go to places and review their food and take really cool
I don't know
pictures
why
and stuff.
I have yet to be able to search for someone on Untapped and find them.
So you have to go when you go to their
So
thing.
you go to your profile.
Yeah.
up in the
you
right
go
hand
to-
corner it says add. Click add, and
Yeah,
then,
then
you
you can
pull up
search for them.
Facebook, YouTube, and all our Facebook, Twitter, and all
Yeah,
that.
you can
and
pull it
then
up by
type-
mine, or like if you have your name as it too, you should be able to search that.
Yeah. So yeah, we really look forward.
Yeah, add us
Justin.
on Untapped.
Yeah,
See
we
what we're drinking and,
And
see
it's
what
the
you're
first
drinking.
one, beer, food, fun, right?
Yep.
All right,
we look
cool.
forward to collaborating with you soon, Justin. Really do. Can't wait to maybe pick out a brewery once everything kind of calms down and goes to the normal, and then we can all sit down and do an episode together. Or,
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
or if you ever want to come to the table, let us know. All right, so what do we got here?
So we have the Leaf Cattle Battle from Bolero Snort Brewery, which is in Carlstadt, New Jersey.
Once again, thank you to the beer for you guys. This is a beer they gave us for the episode for our Oktoberfest. There is another one in this lineup too. So I should have put this in last week's
Wait,
episode.
who's this from?
Beer you are.
Oh, cool.
The beer you are,
I
guys.
should have known by Jersey.
Yeah, those Jersey boys. Yeah.
So this is another milkshake IPA. It's a 5.7% fall spiced milkshake IPA with Citra, Eldorado, and Amarillo, plus vanilla, cinnamon, nutmeg, allspice, and clove. So this sounds like some people's boiler recipes. Mine is the vanilla.
Dude, no joke. This kind of tastes like multi-course from Hudson Valley, but no sour.
This
I liked it.
It's another
really
milkshake, and I like
this.
it.
It's a
I
spicy.
really like it.
It's a spicy milkshake IPA.
This is this. I want a case of this for Thanksgiving.
I would say that is the closest thing. Like now, Pizza Boy does a milkshake, like a pumpkin spice one, but it's
Yeah.
more pumpkin spice oriented. This is right, like
Yeah, this has
late
all those
October, early
fall
November.
spice,
Yeah, this is
like
wow.
pumpkin apple pie type.
This is one of the few, probably the second beer I've had that has clove in it that you really can't taste an overpowering
Yeah, because
clove.
clove can really
Clove is-
overpower.
That's
Yeah.
potent. Yeah.
Yeah.
Me and my
There's-
friends like to say if the boilo has too much clove, add more clove.
Yeah.
Yeah. No.
That's so. That's
This-
so different.
There's an aftertaste to this. I don't know if it's the allspice that gives it that like the lingering
Something's
aftertaste.
melding with the hops. Definitely. Something's melding with the hops, and it really is working well because you get that hop, and then, like you're saying, with the spices. That's wow. I like that.
This beer's an experience.
Thi-
Yeah, this
I like
is
this.
It's something
a
different.
great dessert beer.
It's something different, and
It's like a chai latte.
my brain hasn't figured out what it is, if it's good or bad. It's
Yeah,
not bad. It's
I
just
don't hate
different.
it, but it's like, do I really, really like it because how different it is, or do I'm
This
I
has like
actually
a,
really like this.
I-
I usually
I-
don't like these.
Yeah, I think I might
spice
need
things.
to come back a second time to this to
I'll put it this way. I know we pick on Jersey a lot here in this this podcast. But man, Bolero Snort makes some good fucking beers.
No, Jersey has some awesome breweries. Like
yeah.
this is my first from this one, but like Kane and Magnify. And
Magnify's amazing.
Icarus. Oh man,
Yeah.
I still can't believe people shit on Magnify.
Magnify is some really good
I just
stuff.
can't get over that.
Well, we had a lot of Magnify that you got for the show.
Yeah, and they were.
And then the Beer You Are guys have been hooking us up with the Bolero Snort, and it's so good. It's
Yeah.
good. It's really good beer.
Yeah, like this. Like I really like this. And this is
They-
another milkshake. Like the lactose doesn't kill it. Like
no,
it just kind of
right.
creams
No.
it up and like levels it out.
Yeah. Now, like some people, the only reason why Bolero Snort gets a bad rap because apparently they had some issue with infected batches of beer, so they had to like redo everything. They had to like deep clean
Yeah.
everything or replace stuff. It was kind of devastating.
Yeah, I mean,
for
breweries
them,
are
but-
trial and error sometimes,
Yeah.
though, and like as long as you're willing to correct whatever the issue is,
Hey,
then
I'd
that's
rather have
awesome.
them correct it and have out good beer versus not doing a
Yeah,
damn thing
exactly.
about it. You know, it's. I mean,
or just be like, "No, it's not my problem; it's your problem." I won't speak of the brewery.
But I will say this about Bolero Snort's Leaf Cattle Battle. Really put me back in that Hudson Valley multi chorus because
Yeah, I
like,
can see that.
wow. I mean, like it's very similar to that, and I really like the fact that it's not like overpowering. Again, another great balanced beer.
Yeah, like
Milkshake IPA. Definitely seek this one out, folks. 'Cause,
fantastic fall beer. Like I said, I would
Yeah.
love to have
Yeah.
this like for like Thanksgiving.
This one is definitely a fun one, and if you like those fall spices in your basic, well, there you go.
I'm gonna use an analogy here on the unique flavor of this beer. I experienced it, and you only experience it once a year during the fall. I was out for a bike ride yesterday, and we're going down the trail, and all of the leaves are, the trail's covered in
Yeah.
leaves, and they're slightly wet and stuff, and you have the fall leaf smell.
Yeah,
Is a unique smell
Yeah.
that you only get in the fall. The unique flavor of this beer is similar to that
Yeah,
smell.
the
It's just-
can
just to
can
try and
definitely
use an analogy.
the can represents the beer very, very well.
Yeah.
yeah. I like
And-
the can art too.
And the
I keep seeing the leaf cattle battle. And I keep seeing cattle decapitation.
and the like this is a good
Grindcore
like
band.
leaves are down and you have a campfire going. You're sitting around a fire drinking this beer. Like this is
Yeah, this is a fantastic fall beer. Like
The
fall.
the spices on it are unique, and that's not a bad thing. I gave it a 3.25 only because I've never tasted anything like it before. It's probably a good 3.5. If I have a second time, I will probably upgrade it.
Yeah, I was torn between the 3.75, 3.5. I'm gonna stick with a 3.5. Did you score yours, Ben?
Oh, I did. I
Did
definitely
you
did.
score it?
I gave it a 4.
4? Yeah,
I actually really dig
it's really
this. Like,
good.
I don't love fall spice stuff. Like, I've always talked about like my pumpkin crap. I just few and far between. But this works.
Oh, get ready. We have pumpkin out the
No, I'm
ass
fine
coming
with
soon.
it. I like good pumpkin beers. I like some are just a little too much.
Yeah.
It's gonna be the great
But
pumpkin Charlie
This
Brown
is
for
a
a whole month.
great balance. Like I said, there's no overpowering with the lactose. There's like the spice is all.
It's a great pumpkin beer lineup, Anthony Blackwell.
Yeah. So
Just when you could not think that you could get another
Ooh,
unique
Tony, you're gonna
flavor.
hate this one.
Well,
So-
Just
Let
when you think
well-
you couldn't get a unique flavor. This is really not unique, but it's
I did not expect it to be. I didn't read the can really. So when I seen the
you just saw it
the
because
coffee.
it was post roast Malone.
yeah. So this already. All right. So I'm gonna say it because all right. This is what happened last time we had this
Have
brewery.
you
out.
tried it?
Not yet.
Well,
All right.
before you get into that,
Well, maybe we're wrong because by smell you're gonna hate it.
I hate the smell already.
it's.
before you get into that,
I got to backtrack 1 second. It's really not
Okay.
a unique
All right.
taste.
It's coffee.
It's
Yeah.
it's a roasty coffee.
Leaf Cattle Battle
good.
for me because it reminds me of like how they spiced it with the multi-course. It's really hitting on all levels. Now that
Wow.
beer, I gave it a 5 right off the bat. How good it was.
Mm-hmm.
I'm giving this one a 4.25.
4.25.
Because
I respect it.
that's a really nice beer. That's for the theme, like for what we're doing. It's perfect. Like it hits all those notes. It hits that little bit. If they threw in a little bit of cardamom in it, like maybe like one little like nip of that would be okay. But point being, no,
That might be the balance that oversets it, though.
it might. Hey, it's all about experimentation,
It
baby.
offsets the balance.
All right.
So that's where I'm at.
So this is a brewery from good old Allentown, Pennsylvania. Yeah. So once again introduced to us by the Beer You Are boys. This can was given to us by them as well. They know I'm a big Post Malone fan, but they also know I hate coffee, so it's a double-edged sword for me.
Well, there's like at least 5 other roast Malones out there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Christ.
So
It smells like a coffee
the
shop.
cool
in my
with
glass.
so the thing with this one is McCall has been on our lineup now 3 times. 2 times already, they have won beer of the night. Can they be a trifecta and do it? I'm already going to say right now, they already have my can art vote of the night. Just saying that right now. So for me, it's gonna be very hard for me to pick this as beer of the night because it's a coffee flavored beer. So this is gonna completely lie on you guys when it comes to how much you enjoy it. But initial pour, this smell, I like the smell of coffee. I just like the taste of it.
It's a coffee house.
It smells like coffee. Like it smells like a really delicious coffee.
Yeah.
But I just don't like the taste of coffee. And it's a great color. I thought 100%. I didn't realize this was an ale because I didn't read the can. But yeah, it's an amber ale. So I'll give the description here.
You go for it.
A clear nod to everyone's favorite face-tattooed rapper. This American amber ale is rich and loaded with notes of caramel and toffee, while getting a added kick of locally sourced backyard beans, coffee during fermentation. This beer might not make you feel like a rock star, but it'll ensure you're not always tired. So Post Malone has always tired tattooed under his eyeballs, like on his cheeks. So yeah, and
It's good.
And Post Malone loves Bud Light, and I think they pretty much, from what I heard, they made this can and pretty much like tagged Post Malone, like either you're cease and desisting us or you're gonna love it. You know what I mean? Like yeah.
I feel like he'd be cool.
It's
with it.
good. It tastes really good.
There's a weird tartness to it, though.
There is a weird tartness.
I'm
to
terrified to taste this. I'm not gonna lie.
It's coffee.
coffee is
it's
awesome.
coffee all day. It's coffee all day.
Just
There's no
one
question
shot,
about it.
Shoot it.
It's
I
not.
don't think I can. I'll probably puke.
But
It's not
a
really.
it's
not
not a
really
sweet.
pungent.
It's a roasty coffee.
It's
No, the
not really
coffee's very
pungent.
good.
Yeah.
It's very smooth because they did it a red ale.
Yeah.
A red amber ale, which I'm kind of very surprised what style they actually picked on this.
Yeah.
It's fun what some people do with
it
their,
is unique.
like coffee cream ales are like, I'm like, shouldn't taste like it looks.
Cream ales,
Yeah.
even blonde
Yeah.
stouts too.
Or just I've had coffee blonde ales too that were really good.
Yeah. Ooh.
There's a weird tartness to it.
Just to
I can't pick that up.
just to
RIP.
backtrack while he's trying to figure out if he's going to taste
There's
this or
like
not.
pennies.
I bumped
I'm procrastinating.
I bumped
so
my
bad.
leaf cattle. I bumped my leaf cattle up to 3.5.
Oh wow,
Oh,
I bumped it up. I had to.
revisions.
Revisions.
no big deal, man. Hey, it's not the first time. It was that 75th episode where we had like the trifecta of like change, and then
Yeah.
Bob's like, "What's going on?" I'm like,
Yeah,
"This is what?"
He got into stouts. I was liking the IPAs.
And then Andy changed his score like 5 times. I'm like, what?
There's a few times that'll happen. Like I'll
So-
sit on it.
But
like,
in one
fuck,
shot,
actually,
but like
maybe
in
it's
one
good.
show,
Yeah.
yeah.
The nice thing about this McCall Roast Malone is a lot of your coffee beers are dark, stout, porter type,
It's
and
helping.
you've
It's
got
helping
the bitterness to it when it's. This isn't.
Mhm.
This doesn't have that bitter bite to it.
No,
It's a smooth coffee. It's coffee all day. I'm not gonna lie. It's coffee all day.
Put it
It's a
this way.
roasty coffee all day.
Put it this way.
But it's. I've
face.
had worse. I've had some better, but this is. I like it.
I think it's better as an ale than it would be a stout.
Yeah.
You had a thought. I'll let you
Well,
finish yours.
the whole thing is like this is more of like it doesn't have that pungent coffee flavor and the acidity to it then too, which is pretty wild for me. And I really like the fact that you're doing a different style that's like a little bit lighter versus like your darker versions then too. That's what really helps out quite a bit with some of these beers, like you're saying, Andy, the cream ales and like this American
Yeah.
red ale. That's what really makes it a lot easier because then you can really like if somebody says I don't care for coffee or I don't like coffee that wanted to try something with coffee, you're really dipping their toes in to
Yeah.
that aspect, and that's really what it's
Yeah,
all
the
about.
coffee's there.
The
It's
other-
not super overpowering
No,
at all.
definitely
it's
not.
not.
No, it's like 25, and then like
It's
rest of it is,
definitely
like, red ale.
noticeable.
You
but
know
it
what I
is.
like
yeah.
about you know what I like about
Did you even
this?
sip it yet?
I did.
Oh, you did.
You know what I like about this?
I'm like 2 sips in.
There's nothing else with it. Like a lot of your coffee flavored beers
Yeah, like chocolate.
have
and
a
all that shit
chocolate or
whatever.
this or
See,
that.
I would disagree.
This is just for me. It's just a roasty coffee.
See, I
This is-
disagree. So for me, my initial upfront coffee taste is very, very strong. It's very, very strong.
Mm-hmm.
But then the ale kicks in, like the smoothness of the ale,
Mm-hmm.
and then the aftertaste, I get and I've never had this in a beer ever. So every time they said this is in a beer, I never really picked it up as much as I am right now. I get the caramel and toffee.
Oh yeah.
I get a lot of caramel at the back end of this. Like when it's like
Yeah,
right now when I'm
that's
sitting
definitely in there.
right now when I'm sitting on the end of it, I taste the caramel. Like
Yeah.
so it's crazy to me.
Yeah.
So
I didn't pick it
where
up.
I would
And
drink
I love caramel.
if you want a little bit more, just so you can experience it. I'm not trying to get away from the beer. So for me, when I initially taste it,
Tail end,
I get all
it
the
would be.
the coffee, and I'm like, ugh, like I hate the taste of coffee. And then it sits on me for a second, and then after it goes away, then that caramel really kicks in at the end.
Yeah, there's a good kick of the caramel and toffee at the end.
Yeah, now that you bring that up, that's at the very end because like you taste that coffee initially and it's like 45-50%, and then the rest of the beer, that's where it falls
No?
the red
I'm
ale,
just
the
coffee all
top.
day.
That weird
I'd say
tartness has
caramel.
gone after the first few sips. Like
Mhm.
the first hit of it, I'm like, what is that? There's a weird tartness to it, but
Yeah, when
it
you
kind of
said that
levels out
tart-
after you.
Yeah, I'm not picking up.
Like I said,
I'm
it was
just
right off
coffee all day.
it was right off that first sip that
Yeah.
I took. I'm like, there's something like bright about it.
Mhm. Now, like when you said about that tart, I didn't even pick that up at all. It might
Mm.
just because I'm just like my tongue is like
Nah.
just bastardized, and I'm just trying to really pick everything out then too. But no, I think this is really an excellent. I'll even get into my rating for it. That is a definite solid 3.75 for me because how everything balances out, and it's a red ale then too. Holy shit, that's pretty decent. McCall, you're doing some great things. I hope you keep continuing to do kind of experimental stuff with, with coffee and whatever ingredient that you throw into different styles. It might actually work out. It's kind of like one of those trial and error things that we're
Yeah.
always we're talking about in this episode.
I'll tell you what, between McCall and Brew Daddy, they are like the heavy hitters of the Allentown area. They make some banging beer. I mean, listen, I'm not a coffee person, right? But that is still a very interesting beer. If that was a porter, I would not probably been. Or I mean, if that was a stout, I probably would not have been able to finish it. Just being honest. But it being an ale it definitely helps me. The can art alone forced me to get that glass down. I just not at all a coffee flavored person, but I got a lot of that caramel, and I did get the toffee at the end. Like I said, if you're a coffee person, I think you'll love this. Not so much your dark like a dark coffee, like your black. You know what I mean? Like I feel like the creamer,
Like
and,
caramel latte.
If you had to have a morning beer, Saturday or Sunday or whatever your weekends fall, this would definitely be one to start your morning right with.
That's so
I've,
weird to
Isn't it
say.
like Folgers?
Some people do it, man. Hey.
I believe.
I'm
real
stuck
quick. Hey, what's
between-
up, Tori? Sorry, I did see your thing, but we were talking, so I didn't want to interrupt. But thank you for hanging out, and we'll see you soon. Tori's come over and hang out later
Cool.
on today.
I was torn between 3.5, 3.75. I went 3.75 simply because of the uniqueness of the amber color ale.
Yeah.
Normally, your coffees are dark, stout, porter types. This is a good beer. I like it. So I went with the 3.75.
I would, if I had to score it, I would give it a 2.75.
Okay, no,
that's-
it's not your wheelhouse,
To me,
but
that's to even say I would score it is a lot because I wouldn't like that. You know what I mean? If
Mhm.
I am gonna try to stick to my thing I said before, where I'm not scoring on Untapped. But yeah, it was an interesting experience. But the can art's fucking amazing.
somebody added the description of pumpkin into this.
No,
What the hell?
they're a high.
What the hell, man?
You brought this one, right?
No,
I-
oh,
The
Andy.
Rohrbach?
Who brought this?
Wait, are you talking
we're
about
talking
the roast
about the-
Malone? We're
I'm still talking
about
roast
Oh,
Malone.
okay.
Yeah.
okay.
Malone?
Sorry. Yeah, roast Malone. Yeah, I'm like, somebody put pumpkin in there.
No, definitely no pumpkin.
Jesus. I'm like, I don't even taste anything like that.
I go 3.5. I'm still getting that weird tartness to it.
Yep.
I do like the caramel and the toffee notes at the end, but I'm also getting an ashtray taste at the end too, which I mean fits the Post Malone thing. So maybe that's what they're going for. There's like
should've
it's
put-
like
They should put cigarette butts in
yeah,
it.
I mean that I kind of getting
You don't want that.
like an ashtray taste at the end. Like,
Yeah.
that's a kind of lowering it a little bit, but it's a solid. It's pretty good. That tartness, I'm still kind of getting it. It mellows out a little bit as I go, but I don't know if that's just me.
I want someone to make a Post Malone beer, but make like a Bud Light clone, because that's all he drinks is Bud Light. Yeah.
but no, it's a 3.5. It's not bad. McCall.
So who brought the Scotch Ale?
I did.
Okay, I knew
Ooh,
someone
Scotch
brought
ale.
it.
This is-
This is a very ale episode right here. I didn't realize how
Ale
much
episode.
ale we got
I was
on.
a little.
Everything's an ale.
The,
No.
the Scotch Ale Rohrbach Brewing Company out of Rochester. Rochester. Their flagship brew, Rochester,
Oh, I didn't get
Rohrbach's
to
famous
read.
I'll read the
Scottish
next one.
style ale is a strong, full-bodied ale with sweet caramel finish.
Yeah, it's super easy one there.
Yeah,
Um,
22,000 total check-ins. No, 11,000 check-ins.
Have you been to their brewery, or just is this one
I
that
have
you kinda
not.
picked
This
up?
one I picked up at the beer store. I picked
Branching
up
out?
a 4-pack. No, I picked up at in Cortland is the beer store that has a bunch of variety IPAs, all kind of stuff. Plus your normal, it's just your regular beer store.
Mhm.
And I go in, I saw this, I picked up the Scotch Ale, thinking it was going to be almost like a bourbon barrel aged,
But
only
Scotch barrel.
and
Oh.
it wasn't. It was threw me for a loop, but I enjoyed it. I thought it was really good for a Scottish style ale. See what you guys think of it. and we'll go
Now
from
you said
there.
you just came across 2 more breweries that just opened up in the Cortland area.
Yes. Well, the one opened up not too long ago. I think the other one's been around for a while. Obviously, in downtown Cortland is Cortland Brewing Company. And then just outside of Cortland in the next town over is Homer.
I think Cortland Brewing Company.
Mm-hmm.
This is a blast in the past. Ben could probably confirm because he's like just show historian. I think Cortland was the first brewery that we did a showcase for, where the entire lineup was all one brewery.
Very possible.
It was very, very early.
All Cortland, yes, that would be all just one particular.
We did 6 beers from them.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep.
Because
We
we
did
only
6
did
beers from
mini ones where like I would have like a single, double, triple like from like Hoof Hearted.
But it would be mixed in with other beers.
right,
Yeah.
but still not one.
I think
pure...
you're right. Cortland was the first exclusive.
No, that would be
all-
absolutely right.
I like when we do stuff like how we do the Yingling episodes. Like most of what we normally do is like everyone brings a beer and
Yep.
we have like a mix of beers from out of state, in state, and we
Mhm.
kind of mix it up. And then every now and then we're like, hey, here's an entire lineup of one brewery.
Yeah.
I like that we do those flip flops. I think it's a good time.
It brings variety to the show. It just brings like something to showcase. You know what I mean? And too on top
I
of
think
that.
I think what we're gonna do is on next Friday we have a lineup of beers. We're gonna
Mhm.
do more Oktoberfest.
Are we having Bob on this next week?
I
this
believe
week?
so. Yeah, I think it's every other Friday. So
Okay.
yeah, we'll have Bob on, and then
I'm gonna get those tattered flags. I want to bring the tattered flags along because they're at the ready.
Yeah, those I'm not sure yet because they've been sitting longer than I maybe would like.
I think they'll be all right. We'll be all right with.
I think they might be like bonus content episode. Like we can drink them, but I don't know if they'll be on the actual episode.
So put them off for another week.
No, no.
Only kidding.
Bring them. But that'll probably be like an off camera, like not off camera, but maybe we'll record it and put it up as like
We
a
should,
bonus.
yeah,
thing.
we should definitely record those. So I'm kind of curious to try those out.
We
you know
sat
what I
on them a
mean?
little longer than
Mhm.
I'd like to though. But
It
yeah.
is what it is.
But then on Sunday, I think you have an entire lineup of what did you just buy?
I got Warwick Farm.
Yeah.
Warwick Farm is like roughly around like the Philly area.
We have like 4 or 5 of those.
I have 4 or 5 of those. A double IPA, a maize Pilsner,
Mm.
an unfiltered Pilsner.
I was like that Golden
Uh,
Gun from Back Bay Brewing.
Yeah, I was like, oh, a maize lager. Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
And then maybe one or two, a Marzen from them, and then another one. I forget what I.
Yeah.
got
So
from
that'll
them.
be next Sunday, and then we'll be back on Friday
Supposedly they make good stuff too.
with
so.
Oktoberfest
I've heard good things about
Part
them.
3.
I feel like I might have had something from them. It was pretty good.
I've had maybe one or two things, but I really want to have like
Yeah,
what
like a
they
lineup.
have. Yeah.
All right, so this has been checked in 11,000 times. It averages a 3.83. We have not done this. I have not done this stat the entire episode. And yeah, Rochester, New York, 3 friends checked in. It averages a 3.42 for me. It's a 6.8 ABV, 16 IBU. Scotch Ale / wee heavy.
Yeah,
that's
the
what they
same
call 'em.
style.
Heavy.
Yeah, it's a wee heavy.
I don't
Wee
know.
heavy.
I don't know what that means, but I like it.
It's a wee
Scotland.
heavy. Yeah.
I'll tell you what, I would definitely use that in a bar room. Be like, I want that
Give me
wee
a wee
heavy.
heavy.
Let me get
Point to bitter.
Let me get the wee heavy.
Give me a point of bitter.
I think they threw that in there just to be like, let's see
That
if
would
some
be- all
asshole.
right.
Like
fucking
Scotch ales and
does
Irish
this.
reds are kind of along those same lines.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah.
I mean, Scotland, Ireland. It's
Yeah.
not that,
So I know
like,
I've
that
said this
far
a few
away.
times on the show. Like I love going to breweries and I love experiencing that, like in bringing our setup to a brewery. There's no better feeling for me than that. That's just really cool. Even though it stresses me the fuck out. I have a panic attack the entire time. Like anytime I go on location, I have a panic attack. But the
And how many times they've been doing it?
a lot. I've done it a lot. Like everyone's like, "Did you experience anything spooky at Jim Thorpe?" And I was like, "No, I was so scared of my equipment not working that I didn't even care that there was. I would have slept in that prison. like I didn't even think of ghosts. Like
Put
I
me
would,
in the handprint cell.
yeah, yeah. So, but it was a great experience. I think like my dream goal for this podcast, right, would be, and I would be like a twofer. We would do this podcast and Truth Behind Illusion. But imagine if we got to the point where we made if we were making money on this, where because I wouldn't expect people to do it out of pocket. Could you imagine going to Scotland or
Dude, I'll do it out
Our-
of pocket. I don't give a fuck.
Scotland or Ireland and doing for a
Dude, that'd be
week,
amazing.
like going to Ireland
Oh.
or Scotland for and just going to different brew pubs and stuff and setting up hey, can we come do an American podcast in your pub or bar?
Are we doing this as a,
Yo,
a
we could
bar
get-
crawl and then figuring out who can actually
we
put
could
the
get, like-
equipment away?
Dude, we get Brewdog. We use amazing because they're out of Scotland.
Guinness.
Guinness, definitely. St. James Gate,
Ooh.
definitely.
And then we would have to do we'd have to have a beer or do an episode on the lake of of the Loch Ness monster.
There you go.
But
So you asked me about breweries near Cortland.
yeah,
So there's 3 of them in addition to Cortland Brewing that's
Ooh.
fairly close. The new one is Homer Hops. They just opened up their brew pub and they've got some really good beers that they're making. They're still kind of small, localized distribution. But they've got some good beer.
okay.
Right up the road from them is Spring Hill Brewery. I've never been there. A friend of mine, colleague of mine I work with, says their beer's really good. Visiting their place is awesome. And then you passed it when we were going to the Finger Lakes, Hopshire Farm and Brewery, and on the way to Ithaca, between Cortland and Ithaca is another one that's been there for a little while. But Homer Hops is the new one, just outside of Cortland in the town of Homer. I have yet to be there, to go there, but I have had a few of their beers, and they're pretty good.
Yeah. Let me pull up real quick while Ben stepped away for a second. First off, first impression of the Scotch Ale, I dig it a lot.
It's a Scotch ale. I mean, it's to the T.
Yeah.
Not a Scotch ale, but to compare it to, because I can't think of any specific ones off the top of my head, but to compare it, you could, Smittix, the Irish red ale.
Yeah.
That's
Well, while
pretty
Ben's
much the
gone
same
for a
type of
second,
deal.
let's get into politics, but beer version.
beer politics.
Beer
okay.
politics.
Beer politics.
Beeritics.
So this is fully credited from Breweries in Pennsylvania, my favorite beer website. We recently published all about the HB 2513 bill and what it means for breweries, bars, and restaurants. The governor has decided to veto this bill and vote on both pass the PA State Senate and the House of Representatives. What comes next in this process? You could read the message on why he voted the bill here, so you can click on this on their website and find out exactly why he why he did what he did. But we spoke to the leading liquor law attorney, Matt Arson, and Norris McCollin law to get the breakdown of the process. Since the governor has vetoed and legislative override vote is needed for the bill to move forward and pass, for the override to work, 2/3 of the legislations in Pennsylvania Senate and House of Representatives, probably should have did this like the sixth beer in, have voted in favor to override.
I can read too if you need.
Those votes could concur as early as 10/19. 72% of the House originally voted in favor, and 88% of the Senate voted in favor. Each chamber only needs 67% of the job done. Similar bills have failed during this process. So I guess pretty much what they're saying is with this new law, I guess they tried to put more less restrictions on bar rooms and breweries because they are allowing stadiums and out seating areas for people to go in and experience events, and they're trying to.
But they're still screwing over breweries and bars.
They wanted to open up 100%.
Yeah.
And the legislation, the bill passed in the House and the Senate, and then Wolf. In fairness, I won't use the nickname I've given him.
Okay.
Wolf vetoed the bill.
Yeah.
So to override it, they need 2/3 override in both the House and the Senate. I don't know if they'll get it. I haven't been following the bill.
I know.
I'm not. I don't.
I feel like some bars are just saying like "fuck it."
Well, one bar in particular said "fuck it" and got their hand slapped recently.
Locally.
Yeah. I'm not going to say the name.
I think I know which one
Some
you're
of the
talking about.
ridiculous stuff about
he
this,
got a
though,
hand.
is
The owner got a hand slap, and now he must close at 11 o'clock.
so some of the ridiculous around is like specifically the bar seating. Like my brother-in-law will always put this to like he will go out by himself, like because he's just by himself, and like he's like I feel bad taking a table up.
Yeah.
Like if I want to go eat.
Yeah.
Like why can't I have a bar seat and then 6 feet away you can put another goddamn bar seat?
Yeah.
Like especially if you have a big bar, that makes no sense. Like why can't you have bar seating?
It befuddles me. In New York, I can sit at the bar.
Really?
Yes.
So I know when we were up there, they were like, no.
No, you can sit at the bar. You have to order food, but you can sit at the bar. The problem is everybody wants to sit at the bar. So now I'm trying to think because I was just
that's
there.
like the back of the bus now. That's like where the cool kids sit. Like
But it used to, and I think it changed recently with Cuomo, where now you've got to sit at a table, so they push the table up against the bar.
I love that move.
And excuse me, but I'm like your brother-in-law. I'm a little shy on going into a bar by myself.
Yeah.
Because if 3 friends want to go out to eat and go to the place, and
Yeah,
I'm
and you're
sitting
taking
at
up a
a table,
table.
I'm taking up. Not only am I taking up a table to have a couple of beers
Yeah.
and have French fries, I'm not going to fucking eat. But now
Or
you've
even
got
if I am
3
going to
people.
eat them.
Well, yeah, but now you got 3 people who legit want to spend money in there,
and you feel bad
can't.
for the business.
Yeah.
And I feel bad for the business because I'm buying 2 beers or 3 beers and going home.
Yeah.
You know, I'm not going to spend the night there. And a lot of the places up there close at like 9 o'clock.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of the places in Cortland close at 9 o'clock.
That's
Where here they
'cause-
got to close at 11.
Because like 11:30 in Pennsylvania is when the COVID boogeyman comes out and
Yeah.
starts sprinkling
Yeah, but
it on you.
I can't understand if I'm sitting at a bar, if I'm sitting at the bar in a bar stool and I'm sitting here, I'm at a higher risk of catching COVID than if I'm sitting at a fucking table eating food sitting down here. It makes no sense. I mean,
That's
Wolf
where,
makes
like,
no sense.
no,
I
that's where the
understand it's
ridiculousness is of
it's
it.
more for the numbers in the bar. But if you're restricting the number of people to 25% capacity,
Yeah.
what difference does it make if
If
you're
they're at the bar or
socially
not, yeah.
distancing at a table or socially distancing at the fucking bar?
Yeah.
It makes no sense.
I feel like your bar will be cleaned more often than they would the table anyway.
What's I talked to like when I got
Realistically,
my,
yeah.
How long does it take to bus a table sometimes when you're at a restaurant? It takes a little bit.
yeah, they gotta clean it.
And then usually when
5-10
someone gets up
minutes.
from a bar, the bartender walks right over and wipes
I
the
just
bar,
down-
sprays it down.
I don't want to downplay COVID-19.
No,
but I
that's
gotta
not
be
the
honest.
thing at all,
I gotta
but-
be honest with you. everybody's going bonkers over this, and I understand it, and there are folks that need to be concerned. But the mortality rate, the fatality rate, is not much higher than the flu.
But
And-
even
and the
regardless of
media-
that, though, like
The media is focusing on the mortality
Yeah.
rate and the people getting sick versus the people recovering because the
Yeah.
percentage is
well,
so
but that's
great
been
that the
skewed
people
since
are.
the get go. But like, I mean, the whole thing is choice, though. I think what it boils down to,
Yeah.
it's like
Mhm.
if I am personally choosing to go out to X bar, then I am fully accepting that if I get COVID and I get sick, that's it.
Yeah.
I get sick, but it's my choice to make that to go out there. Like,
Mhm.
if you want to go out to a bar or a restaurant and like not having bar seating for no reason whatsoever, because I mean, look, like if you're sitting, you have a good 3 to 6 feet between the bartender and you anyway. So I don't know if that's the problem, but like literally, like if you're a single person or like just two of you, like I'm cool with sitting at the bar. I don't give a shit.
Yeah.
Like I'd rather sit at the bar than take up a table for four for other people.
Yeah, absolutely.
I think Wolf is looking at it as I can control the bar and restaurant industry because they need a state license to operate. Versus supermarkets and department stores and Walmarts, they don't.
Yeah.
So Wolf can't control how many people go into a Walmart, but he can control how many people go into
Yeah,
a
and the
bar.
PLCB's been a piece of shit for the longest time either. Anyway.
And he can tell Holden, who's now in charge of the LCB, because he's fucking Democrat and Wolf's friends, but he can control what the LCB does because he's the governor and Holden's his buddy,
Yeah.
you know. But he can't control what Walmart does or what the supermarket does.
Yeah. It's
Ooh, backlash.
You
there.
went hard and pain on that one.
Of course I did.
But yeah, so if you want to read more about that, you can head over to breweriesinpennsylvania.com. It's a great place to follow beer news. So we didn't really dive into it much for the politics side of things. We delve in it more because it is affecting the beer world.
Consumer, that
absolutely.
type.
I mean,
yeah.
but it's not like a
absolutely.
Republican Democrat thing. It's just a like what's ridiculous and what isn't.
Yeah, it's just some of the ridiculousness, to paraphrase an MTV TV show, the ridiculousness of some of the decisions that your esteemed governor and my esteemed governor are making. And I can't, Wolf has said many times we're using science to make our decisions. I'm using science to help make my decisions. And then he makes these decisions, you start thinking, what fucking science was that?
Yeah. Well, I was talking. This came out when I went to get my tattoo finished on Thursday, and like this has been postponed since March now. Like I had to move it twice because of all the restrictions.
Yeah.
Oh.
And when I was talking to my artist, he's like, if we like our priority is sanitation. It's like you can have 700 people go to Walmart, but I can't sterilize my studio and require my people to come in with their COVID check, like their temperature checks, wear the masks, all that stuff.
Mhm.
But the 700 people can go to Walmart wearing masks around their nose. So, I mean, like literally a tattoo shop is probably one of the cleanest places you can go, unless it's certain ones.
Where did you go for your ink?
Integrity Tattoo in Royersford.
Okay.
Kyle Berry's fantastic.
Yeah, it looks awesome.
At Ink Bear on Instagram.
That red
picture,
really
yeah.
popped. Yeah.
I'm so happy with it. I can't wait to get the rest of the arm done.
Yeah.
I really like that. So good job to him.
Thank you. Yeah, no, his
Cool
work
shit.
is amazing.
Wow, this is.
At Ink Bear BEHR on
Who
Instagram.
brought this? You?
No, I did not.
I forget who brought this.
Which
one.
one's this?
This is Galaxy Pulp Daddy.
I think that might have been Jason. Maybe.
No, it's not that
Oh.
old.
No.
This might have been a bobber. This might be a
Here,
bob
hang
beer.
on.
Massachusetts.
Galaxy Pulp Daddy.
Massachusetts.
Worcester.
I don't know. Maybe Bob. This might be a Bob beer.
It's really
Worcester,
good.
Mass. It's canned on 9/1, so it's still fairly
Yeah.
recent.
Okay.
Between like
Did you just slam that?
between like 5 people.
Or am I just that behind?
I know. I didn't pour it all yet.
Oh, I'm sorry. I
It's all
thought
right.
you already did.
Well, before we get into this, I just wanted to get it ready. What does everyone think of the Scotch Ale?
I mean, it's a standard Scotch ale. There's nothing fantastic about it. There's nothing bad about it.
I
Or,
enjoyed
I'm
it.
sorry, just say fancy about it, but it's a standard Scotch ale. Middle ground, I gave it 3.5.
I'm with you.
3.25?
3.5.
One of those.
So it smelled a little bit of sour to me on the nose, but then it didn't. Like when I tasted it, did anyone get anything like that at all from the Scotch Ale?
There's
I
a slight
did not.
tardy sweetness to it, which
Okay.
is kind of a thing for a Scotch ale anyway.
Okay. No,
Yeah.
I was just kind of curious. No.
Turkey Hill Brewing makes a pretty good Scotch ale too, and they usually they'll put it on their like beer engine too.
Okay.
So like it'll be like the 1800s like pump brew.
Oh,
It's-
geez.
yeah, it's
That's
really cool.
awesome.
Yeah.
They'll have it like naturally carbonated in like a wooden barrel and stuff.
There you go. Yeah. Now, for me, I gave it a 3.25 because again, we never really have any Scotch ales on the show.
That's
I
kind of
never really
another
had
with
it,
like
but
the rye. It's like an underserviced. Like there's not a lot of those classic like British Isles beers out right
yeah.
now. Like brown ales and extra special bitters.
Oh, I think Red Hook commercially is
Yeah.
one of the best extra
Oh, yeah.
special bitters.
good ESB. Yeah, there's
Mhm.
some really good British beers out there that they're underserved because they're like very like bready, I guess. So.
Yeah. I would say maybe like I had maybe 3 ESBs, including Red Hook,
Mhm.
and that's saying something.
Turkey
like,
Hill also makes a really good ESB too.
Oh wow.
They focus
There
on a
you
lot of
go.
traditional stuff. So
Mhm.
if you've never been to Turkey Hill Brewing in Bloomsburg, they have a lot of really good traditional stuff.
That's cool. That's really cool to know. I know Marley's always has like a rotating tap because
Yeah.
I know Andy Fisher, the head brewer,
Yeah.
he actually was a head brewer of Cigar City at one point
Oh,
in
nice.
time. So like he does like a whole lot of different stuff. He also does some homebrew
Yeah.
brew stuff that actually rotates then as well. So it's always nice seeing him put some different stuff up. Hop Nuggets was a saison that he actually did. It was pretty cool. It was pretty good.
Yeah.
There's a few other ones that he had that I really liked, and they call it Tubby's Triple,
Yeah.
which is the Belgium Triple. So
Nice.
definitely a good place too
Yeah,
to
Marley's
go.
is good.
Eclectic.
Turkey Hill's awesome. Like I said, Turkey Hill, like they'll do modern stuff too, but like they have a real good focus on a lot of their like classic stuff.
Yeah.
Like I said, like
Yeah.
ESBs, lagers, pilsners, Hefeweizens.
And if you're ever looking for a good craft beer bar that's actually pretty cheap, and if you want to get Mad Elf for $5, 16 ounce,
That
good old days
sounds
is a
like
good
trouble.
place too. That's a good place.
That
good,
sounds
good
like
old
a lot
days.
of trouble.
Where
And not
can you
only-
get Hershey chocolate for $16 a 6-pack?
Rotunda.
Oh wow, that's for one.
So one 6-pack, $16.
That's fucking bad.
I could literally
That's
walk.
fucking high
I
rate
could walk.
robbery.
I could walk.
If you're paying it though, you're probably whatever.
just as bad.
I could
Yeah.
walk 16 steps to the corner and get a case.
Dude, I could have gone
for
to like the
25
sheets.
bucks.
What are
outside
you
of
doing?
Hershey.
Fucking lunges or what?
Yeah.
16 steps from here to the.
He
I mean,
bounds.
not actually 16 steps over.
Okay, I was
over
gonna say, I'm
critical
like, those are
thinker.
barely lunges. You're not even.
But yeah, no.
There's who's selling a 6-pack?
Rotunda's selling Hershey's chocolate porter for $16.
That's
a
so
6-pack.
bad. I'm
You can get a 12
more
pack for
disappointed.
$13. I mean,
can get a
come on.
case for
20,
25.
yeah.
I picked one up at Weiss Market, $17 for a 12 pack. It's probably like not the way to go, but I was making my way through there.
Oh,
anyway.
12-pack over a 6-pack.
Yeah, but still though, $17, 12 pack. You're
Yeah,
getting.
Weiss.
Yeah.
Yikes.
It's $1
It
more
was
than
$13.99 at the craft
it's
house, I
$1 more
think.
than a 6-pack of Rotunda.
Man, I
Yeah.
got fucking soaked. Holy
Yeah, I
shit.
think it's,
Shame on
it's
you,
like
Weiss Market's
$13.90
Pottsville.
$13.99 12 pack at the craft house, I think.
Yeah.
I think it's like 23 something.
Shame on me for just stopping in.
Yeah.
and
Should
9,
have
10,
read
I
the
think.
beer community page.
Oh well,
and
it
went to
happens.
the
God.
craft house.
Yeah.
Or you could have went
Now
to
I
the
know.
keg stand or anywhere else and got it for a case of it for 25.
I love the like this so weird back and forth regarding Hershey's chocolate.
Oh
porter.
my god, it's a fucking people
Yeah,
are
it's
so,
so goofy.
angry that people like
It's
this
like
beer.
politics. You either love it or hate it.
Yeah. And a lot
There's
of people,
no in between.
And a lot of people who don't want you to like it or because they support Trump or because they
No, they don't. Oh yeah, England
yeah.
support.
or
Yeah.
or because they are a union or
Well,
whatever.
yeah,
Anti-union.
you always have that guy, that group of
They
guys.
it's like when people
that
latch on
try
that
to
one
tie
thing on the
in-
Bible.
yeah, they try to tie in their dislike for
So
the
go, oh, I don't like
beer.
those gays, but you're not stoning your wife to death for changing her hair color.
Yeah. They
Yeah.
try to, they try to tie in their dislike for the beer based on the owner's political views or a political view. And England gets a bad rap for that. If it's not because he supported Trump, it's because he's non-union.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He makes a good fucking beer. I don't care if he's union or not.
We
I
love
don't
it.
understand the
We
vitriol.
love you, Mr.
I mean,
England.
like it's probably this is a different conversation.
Come on
but
our
I don't
show.
understand that vitriol about the whole union shit.
I think there's a lot of fault with
half
that. I
those
can
fucking
kind of see
people-
why with
Unions had their place now it depends on the situation you're in.
Yeah.
They're out to make money.
If it works for your business, then
yeah, go for it. If it
I
doesn't,
would venture to say
if it's
half
a
those
if it's a
people-
shitty venture,
But to
you know what
call
I
it
mean? Like
Yingling-
if it's a shitty
Yeah,
position
yeah.
where like management really rides, because I have a huge thing about it
Yeah.
then too. Like, and I mean I get it. Like
They
if
have
you're
their
not against
places,
it,
but for the
but
most
try and
part,
treat people
they're-
normal.
like,
That's really what
the
it comes
biggest
down
thing is
to.
they were like, "Oh, Yinglin's anti-worker." It's like, everyone loves working for fucking Yingling.
never
I
met
know.
never met a disgruntled Yingling.
No,
and
like-
they work crazy, like not crazy hours, but some of the people I know that work there, they put some hours in,
Mhm.
and they come home and they're like, I like where I work.
Yeah,
Hey, management, be human. Don't treat people like shit.
yeah.
Yeah,
I mean,
that's
kinda
that's
it
really
boils
what it
down to.
comes
met-
down to. Is
I met
right.
one
yeah.
guy.
You don't need unions.
I know
then
one
after
guy
that.
that left Yingling because he wasn't happy.
Does he
Not
have-
because of the job.
Does he have a bad work ethic?
No, not because of the job, but because of the shift. He was working, wanted first, didn't get it, thought he had the seniority to get it, didn't get it. So he left.
I mean,
and
that's
went somewhere
unfortunately
else.
on them then.
Yeah.
But it had nothing to do with the job.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Had
mean,
nothing to
you're
do
gonna
with the
play
job.
that. You're gonna have that problem no matter where you work.
Exactly.
Mhm.
So
Exactly.
All right, Ben, read up some Galaxy Pulp Daddy.
Galaxy Pulp Daddy is a greater good Imperial Brewing Company Imperial Double New England IPA, clocking in at 8% alcohol by volume. They are from Worcester, Massachusetts.
Worcester,
Worcester. Is that how you pronounce
Worcester.
that?
Worcester, Mass.
We've taken the original Pulp Daddy recipe and swapped almost all of the Citra Mosaic dry hop with Galaxy hops, a new stellar version of our most popular beer, Pulp Daddy.
I haven't had a Galaxy hop touch this tongue in a long time.
I liked it. I gave it a 3.5. Citrusy, juicy, enough hoppiness to let you know it's there, but not too hoppy. I liked it.
Deceptive at 8%.
Yeah, no, it's
I was
Definitely
going to say an
deceptive.
all day if
It's
it's a
crushable.
good introduction to an IPA or an all day, but I didn't know what the ABV was, so I didn't want to say a good all day.
Great
8%.
introduction in Imperial. Holy shit.
yeah, no, this is super solid.
Give
Yeah.
that to your buddy after 3 regular beers, and then he'd be flying like, what the fuck,
Yeah,
man?
this is the beer that
And you know what my problem is? This probably deserves a 3.75 for me,
this is a 4 for
but
me.
or higher.
Yeah, I
But
go with a 4-2. This is a great IPA.
but I know what's going to happen because I've already selected my beer of the day, so I can't give another beer a higher score.
Oh, come on, you can't be that
You
locked
can
in.
do
If-
that.
If it's good, it's good.
I have given
no, it is
beers-
good.
I've
It is
chosen beer of the nights that weren't my highest rated.
I did too.
Yeah,
Because
I might
it's-
have to
you can
adjust
do that.
this.
Certain things hit
I
for
might have
certain
to
people,
adjust
and some things are ingrained.
I don't
you know
want
what
to.
mean?
I don't want to drink this as fast.
I'm biased on my beer of the day. I'll tell you that right now.
I'll tell you what, it has been a little while since then. I think
You wanna
that's a
read-
tw- I
you wanna
think
read
that's a
Susquehanna?
Oh, we got another one.
Yeah, that's our last one of the
All
night.
right.
I'll let you read that one off.
But this one again, this is deceptively smooth.
Yes.
This is a great introductory Imperial New England IPA for somebody that wants to try something like that. That's more along the lines.
You got it?
Yeah, I got a different card this time around too. So
I bumped mine up to 3.75 from 3.5 on the Pulp Daddy. That's actually pretty good.
Yep, there you go. But yeah, what I would
It's a wine opener. It's not
like, what are you doing? Like,
because it's a wine opener.
but Pulp Daddy, deceptively smooth. It's a very great introductory if somebody wants to be like, hey, I want to try a New England style IPA, and you give them that they'd be flying after that. But I would certainly say I would be like 3.75-4. It all depends on my mood, but I would say 3.75 for me because that's just a very solid outing
Yeah, this-
from them.
This one's hitting me right now, so I go with 4, but I could see between 3.75 and 4. So
Jesus.
I give it a
I bumped mine up to
3.82.
3.75.
I give it 3.87.
3.87.
A Blink 182.
But yeah, that's
3.87.
definitely one that that I would say definitely 3.75
No, super good
would be with
IPA.
it.
When was this
Mhm.
one again? And it's a
September.
little over a month old, so I mean, still super good.
Yeah, definitely not bad. If you have a good shelf life of like 1 or 2 months, especially from those, like that's really good.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
stellar actually.
Super solid.
Oh, and you crushed the cap. I crushed the other one anyway. I like crushing the caps.
All right. Last beer of the night. What do we got, Andrew?
We have I just had it,
Susquehanna.
the Susquehanna Brewing Company Oktoberfest that has no description.
No description. No.
None.
It's a Marzen, so it's an Oktoberfest style German beer.
Has anyone here been to Susquehanna Brewing Company?
No.
Actually,
We talked about it.
Actually, I've only been there for Soul Artisan Ale releases, but I actually have been to this brewery. It's pretty much from Frackville, an hour away. Pretty easy to get to too.
There's what, Pittston?
Pittston,
Yeah,
Pittston.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
265 beers. They average a 3.58.
Everything I've had from Susquehanna has always been pretty solid.
You can find this beer we're drinking right now at the Craft House in Minersville.
Their shandies in the summer are always really good. Like, I forget what they're called off the top of my head, but they have like an orange one, a lemon.
So
I think there's a grapefruit.
I looked at the can, obviously, for Bolero Snort, and I thought this was their Oktoberfest. And then, obviously, an Oktoberfest is not your traditional Oktoberfest.
Mhm.
So I thought I had 3 Oktoberfests for this episode when we were scrambling to get this episode ready. And realized that we only have 1 Oktoberfest this episode.
No, we had this one, and we had the.
That's
No,
technically.
they're
Oh, that's a
Oktoberfest.
fall.
We had a
that-
fall
yeah.
oriented.
Yeah, it was-
Fall.
It happens.
So we have 2 like hybrid Oktoberfest beers.
I just think people really appreciate what we do,
Yeah.
and we're just knocking out different shit.
I just realized that we named this Oktoberfest episode number 2 and had 1 Oktoberfest beer. So
Oktoberfest episode 1.5.
yeah. So shame on us.
This is a unique Oktoberfest beer.
Ooh,
Wow.
that has a really strong scent to the nose.
It does.
That's
a
like
good
super
scent.
sweet.
It's very
A
sweet.
good scent.
Very sweet.
But it's a quite malty.
Sweet caramel.
Hmm.
Deceptively smooth. It's really smooth,
Mm-hmm.
and the
Rich.
sweetness doesn't translate into the actual Oktoberfest overall. That's just like drinking water, pretty much. Like, it's that smooth. Wow, that's interesting.
I don't know if I would go sweet versus rich.
Mm,
It's very sweet to me.
Is it?
Yeah.
yeah, and if it's too sweet for you, it's good for me.
A little too sweet for me.
Not
I can
bad.
really taste the bread. I can really taste the bread. It's very pronounced in my palate.
If you're still hanging out with us,
I
say hi and let us know what you're drinking if you're drinking anything on a
I wouldn't.
2 o'clock on a Sunday afternoon.
I wouldn't call this my favorite Oktoberfest.
No, definitely not for me either. I honestly, man, Brew Daddies is still
But not a bad Oktober. I mean, it's not bad.
Yeah.
Brew Daddies was so good, so good.
I gotta agree with you on that. I really did enjoy that. It's been a long time. It's been a while, and like dipping your toes back in a way. It's a hard bar to
Yeah,
break.
Of the Oktoberfest
I'll
I've
go all
tried,
over.
I missed the first episode, but
Will you come home next weekend?
no,
No.
No.
What's today? Oh yeah.
17th, 18th.
I don't even know if they would have any left at this point.
Who's that?
Brew Daddies. I say we have to make a trip to Allen. Dude, you have to try that beer. It's so good.
Yeah, that is actually that's a nice little place too. It's like 2 places, and they even have heaters like around them too, and like you can like just chill outside.
Yeah.
Chill outside, be comfortable. It's
Yeah.
that was really cool how he had it set up. That's a smart way to go about it.
Yeah. Did you try this yet?
Yes.
What do you think?
It's solid Oktoberfest.
A little sweet for me.
I think I really enjoyed it too.
I'm not getting any sweetness, really.
No.
I get that maltiness and the.
I,
Like,
I
I
know.
get an Oktoberfest
I know you
out of
weren't
it.
here for the last one, but so far Oktoberfest, like different ones you've had this season, what would your top one be so far?
Oh God, let me think what I've had. Brew Daddies is probably my number 1.
Yeah, that's what we just said too.
I guess now I can get there's a little sweetness to it.
Brew,
It's still
Brew
solid.
Daddy and Yingling are my.
Yingling,
Yeah.
the Packer Shore from Germany was really good.
Oh,
I gotta bring one of those
Germany.
in.
Well,
Yeah.
I gotta bring one of those up. Not that I
Speaking-
got it from Germany, but
Speaking of
Well.
Germany, there is a possibility.
We're going to Germany.
I'm going to Germany.
Oh,
There's a
fuck.
possibility I'm going to Europe
Oh, yeah?
next year. There's a slight
Are
possibility.
you going for like bike riding?
Yeah.
You're such a
You're gonna
nerd.
do the Tour de France.
No.
All right.
fuck
I
that.
typically don't add my hat into the ring, but you are a nerd senior.
No. The
I'm only
the
kidding.
group I go, the
We gotta
group
do
I bike with,
Fuck, I
they're
gotta get my
talking
passport renewed. It expires this year.
about they're talking about going possibly next year, maybe 2022, depending on COVID.
Interesting.
Yeah, but they're talking Austria and some other places.
I would
And I'm
love
like, you
to
know,
live
I
in the UK.
just gotta fucking. Maybe I'm just gonna. But I am actually talking about next summer.
I'm looking at the European trips too.
Next summer, we've put off Caribbean for at least a year.
Buy your
been
tickets now.
everywhere in
Go
the
for
Caribbean.
broke
I need to see
whenever
something
time
else.
comes.
Yeah, so I'm
Just
thinking just
tuck away
next
money.
summer we're gonna do something in the United States.
My number twos are my 1 and 2 are Iceland and Norway.
Yeah.
I need to go
Ooh.
to.
Yeah, I want to do Ireland. really
Ireland's
bad.
up there too, but I just Norway and Iceland just I need to go
Yeah.
there.
Crazy
Yeah.
thing about like European stuff is because like their transportation is so fucking wild and so like coordinated.
Oh, you can do so
Apparently,
much.
you could do like a whole lot and with.
Well, it's not even so much
"Yeah,
that. It's just like
I'm
everyone
here,
like I here's one of my biggest gripes about politics, no matter what side, is that everyone compares so many things to America versus Europe. And it's like Germany's as big as like freaking like Wisconsin. I mean, come on.
Yeah.
And that's another thing with like the whole COVID thing then too. Like they're comparing all these other countries.
Yeah, like I'm.
I don't mean to get political about it, but
Yeah.
like seriously though, like look how big a lot of the other countries are, and then compare them to the United States.
Well, it's
then
like
on top of
someone's
it.
gonna be like, "Oh, well, Norway did this." I'm like, Norway has like the population of New York City.
It's like Hazelton.
Yeah.
yeah.
I use this app that I've been meeting people around the world on and having conversations. And the one guy was like, the cool thing about UK, it's a little different than America. Is like I could take a 2-hour train ride and go to a different country that speaks a completely different language than me. Where like in America, you drive 2-3 hours and like everyone speaks the same language. I'm like, depends how far south you go. I said some people down south
Dialects
are
and all.
are
Dialects,
attempting English,
Yeah.
but that southern drawl, it's like you're speaking with someone with that
dialects, accents.
It's like they just got their mouth filled with Novocaine.
yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's I would love to. I don't know. I've
Europe-
always
like
been
a
into
European tour
UK.
is on my list of the next few things we want to do.
I wanna experience a football match in the UK.
Mhm.
I want to go to
Go
a
get
pub.
some-
Overseas, yeah.
I want to go to a
You
pub.
want to get a soccer riot?
I want to see. I want
Be
to
a
see
hooligan?
the entire hooligan like pub scene where
Just
they.
make sure you're in the right bar for supporting the right team.
Yeah, dude. I don't even care whoever the team is that
I just
I'm
be
at the
completely
bar.
neutral role and be like,
Mhm.
I'm here to fucking drink.
I'll walk in like, who's everyone's team, and they'll be like, we like this team. I'm like, me
That's
too.
That's me too. That's where I'm
That's
at,
exactly
man.
how to go.
Get me a scarf and a shirt. I'm in, and I would just sing.
I
Songs.
got my brass knuckles. Let's go.
Yeah, I would sing. I would sing songs with them, and I would because like what they do is they all
I'm
go to a
forever
pub.
blowing bubbles.
Yep, and they go to a pub, they drink, and then they leave the pub and march to the stadium. It's fucking awesome.
Yeah,
dude.
if like football was like that in the U.S., I'd be all about it. But
yeah, it's so much cooler. Yeah,
Yeah, it's a little bit more organized.
Yeah.
They got their shit together a little
I mean,
bit.
no, they
yeah.
don't.
No,
I mean,
no.
Well, kinda.
No,
like,
they like.
I
well,
mean,
if you're
though-
marching, if you're marching in the stadium together, I mean, that's kind of getting your shit
Yeah,
together.
but then,
Versus
like-
everybody else, oh fuck you,
yeah, but you also have the
going
chance
ape
then for
shit.
like to watch like a team pass a ball for like 3 hours.
Hey now. It's a
Yeah.
beautiful game.
Oh, I don't have a problem with soccer, but it's just that could happen.
Yeah, it can happen. I took him to his first professional. Well, I didn't take him. He technically drove, so he took me. We went to our
Yeah.
first MLS pro soccer game, and it wasn't even like it was an American soccer game, so it's not even as cool as like UK. But he was just like, they don't stop the whole game. They
Yeah.
don't stop.
Mm-mm.
I'm like, and this is a small. I told him, I said, this is a small scale. I want to see it like in England, where like 60,000,
Oh, they go ape shit
where
over
100,000
there.
people are doing that.
For 90 minutes.
90 minutes.
Yeah,
They go ape shit. Oh yeah.
The DC United game, they literally have a section, like the super fan section.
Yeah.
And they have drums. Boom, 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 and they have smoke machines going off, and they're just for
Fucking
90
goofy,
minutes
man.
straight.
Yeah.
They don't
Love
stop.
And then that goal happens, and they lose their shit.
Goal!
That's how my one buddy in Allentown, like he watches like soccer like on the French channel, and like it's just they go ape shit. I'm like, I'll just blend in. I'll be like, yeah, like go whatever,
Yeah.
do
I
whatever.
can honestly say,
Did we rate the Oktoberfest?
Well, one thing
we
did
did
not.
not get around to that.
I
yet.
seen Wayne Rooney score a goal live. I'm very happy to say I seen that.
well, like the Europe thing though, like what's cool is that like most people speak English too though. So
Yeah.
But like my best friends when I used to play EverQuest back in the day, my best friends were in the game were from Sweden, Germany, and France.
There
Can
you
I
go,
come-
man.
Can I
Yeah.
come sleep on your couch?
Dude, I still have friend. I have a friend. I'm 99% sure if I go to France, he'll let me crash at his place.
That's awesome.
Nice.
Andy Hare.
Mhm.
They're like, oh, Andy Hare. I don't know.
I can
Right.
message
I don't
him
know
right
how they
now.
would
I'm
say-
like, yo, dude, I'm gonna like. He does like freaking these weird like cannonball run rally things. Like,
Oh, with the cars.
yeah, he
No
like he
shit.
does some kind of support with
Yo.
those things. I'm like, that's awesome.
Yeah, they just get in a car and drive.
Wow, that's
Yeah.
wild.
Yeah.
Cannonball rally.
All right, here's the thing. If you went to England, right, you rented a car to drive around Europe, your first pub you go to and you get a little fucking sauced up, you know what I mean? And you're like, all right,
Driving on the wrong side of the
I'm in-
road.
and you're-
I'm in an accident 2 minutes later.
because you forget you're on the
I'm
run.
on the wrong side. I'm on the fucking.
But
wrong
would
side
you
of the road.
remember because you're on also the wrong side of the car?
Yeah.
I would.
That would be
I
the
would be.
judge.
I
It'd be
would
like,
get a
if you're on the-
DUI just trying to open the fucking door. I'd be getting in the wrong door.
You'd be in the passenger seat.
I'd be in the passenger
thinking
seat.
you're in the
Could you-
driver's seat.
the fuck?
Could you imagine, like, when you get pulled over by the cop, whenever that happens, then too, it'd be
Like
like,
American.
hey, are you American? Yeah. Like, you pull out your passport, be like, okay, that's a warning. You get your first warning, and then be done it over with.
I'll give you a ride to your house.
But if I catch you again, don't do it. Like,
Yeah.
don't think about it.
All right, Pops, you start us off. What do you think of
Jeez.
Susquehanna?
325. Not bad. But I've had better Oktoberfests.
I'm with you, 325 as well.
Did I score?
I think I'm gonna go with I'll actually go with the 325 as well. I still can't shake out that Brew Daddy Oktoberfest.
So good. So good.
It had everything going for it. I mean,
That might be my Oktoberfest of the year so far.
Yeah, I
Hey.
agree across the board. 320, 325.
Actually, we had a Warhorse Oktoberfest,
You did.
which was good.
mhm.
I think that was my
that
number.
was like that was the one with FDR on it.
Yeah,
Yes.
I said that one's
I believe so.
actually that one's very close.
Oh,
with
that
being-
was I forgot about that one.
Yeah,
I
that
owe you a
one.
beer for that, by the way.
Yeah,
I'll hook you up.
that one was a close
you.
two for Yingling with me.
Mm-hmm.
No, that was a super
I did
solid
like
too.
the Warhorse Oktoberfest.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, I did not taste Brew Daddies. But I did like Warhorse.
Yeah,
I
Warhorse
do
is
like
always good. Now you
Yingling's
bring it up, yeah.
Oktoberfest.
Mm-hmm.
Sam
Yingling's is
Adams is
great.
okay.
Don't forget we have that Warwick Farm. I want to try that one out
I have
too.
a Two
That's-
Goats brew Oktoberfest. We
There
have,
was
we have a few
another-
more.
There was another Oktoberfest, or was it a pumpkin beer that I had?
We didn't stock up as much on this year with Oktoberfest as we did pumpkin because at the same time we
They're
started
not
going
as
out.
broadly as available as pumpkins.
Well, the
Mhm.
thing is too is when we realized that we had to start snapping at the Oktoberfest, we didn't realize that we had to start doing it in July.
Mhm.
Yeah,
And
that would have been
yeah,
a whole
right.
different.
And then
realm.
when we started snatching up the Oktoberfest, that's when all the pumpkin was there.
I wouldn't necessarily say that. I mean, like if we did it,
The
scoop 'em
ratio
up in
was
July.
was 4-1.
They would have been old beers. It just really, I don't think it really would have jived as
Yeah.
much.
I'm just saying that's when
freshness,
they
yeah.
release the Oktoberfest too early every year.
Yeah, I was looking
even
at
if you did like
pumpkin
late
beers,
late August,
not so
even.
much Oktoberfest, but pumpkin beers. I've tasted some
late
pumpkin
August,
beers.
getting in September, like
Yeah.
about a week or two before September, that would be okay.
Like
but
when
still.
I went the beginning of October, beginning of October to get my Oktoberfest, it was all pumpkin by that time.
yeah, it's just
Yeah,
one
there
of
are
those
always a
odd
few.
things.
There are always a few months early.
Yeah, they got to slow down a little bit.
Mhm.
I understand production, you want to get it out, but I shouldn't be drinking Oktoberfest when it's still 78, 80 degrees outside.
Yeah.
No, definitely not.
Yeah, it's getting earlier and earlier every year. And I
like
just don't
Christmas.
get it.
It's like fucking Christmas.
Christmas
Slow
is going
down,
to start,
breweries.
what, in 2 weeks?
Dude, there was fucking Christmas shit in Walmart like the end of September. I'm like,
Disgusting.
let Halloween have its day, man. What about Thanksgiving? Everyone thinks for Thanksgiving.
Here's a quick segue. You experienced your first Rocky Horror Picture Show. What'd you think?
Well, it was.
This is a segue to go listen. We're going to do a full review on Rocky Horror Picture Show on Not Cool in High School
okay.
this Tuesday. But because you're on this show and we went together,
It was a. Here's how I can explain it. It was a live adaptation of the Rocky Horror Picture Show.
it was a
It was a live stage
shadow
show.
play. Yeah.
Yeah, shadow play. And
How was
having
Shadow, but it wasn't like them doing it.
It was. So like, you know how sometimes they play the movie
Yeah.
while it's going? they played a little bit of what was going on, but they did it as if it was a theater production.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
cool. That's cool.
And
Okay.
when they did the wedding in the beginning,
yeah.
they actually filmed with the actors. They recreate the wedding scene, and then the spots where like a lot of it was just done on stage and not with the movie, and
Yeah.
then it was all done with an actual band. So like
Oh,
instead
that's
of
cool.
replaying the music and just lip singing over it or pretending to sing with it, they had an actual band on stage.
And they
They
were
played the
singing.
music and they sang. It was done like theater. It was
cool.
really
I
good.
thought
Oh,
it
that's awesome.
I
man.
thought it was pretty cool realizing it was not the movie. Having never seen the movie,
They turned the movie
it
up
was
to 11
pretty.
though.
It was pretty cool.
So like the scene where when Dr. Frankenfurter sneaks into Janet and Brad's
Yeah.
room, they turned those scenes up to 13.
Yeah. Yeah.
They simulated butt sex in front of my grandmother.
Amazing.
Yeah, it was awesome. Yeah. So it was your first time.
That's definitely not the sentence I would have.
It was okay. I mean, it was all right. Now I would like to see Rocky Horror Picture Show,
The actual movie.
the actual movie,
Mm-hmm.
Hulu.
in a movie theater because
they had-
I don't know.
That's
if,
what I miss about the theater in Frackville.
I don't know if you're gonna if I watch it on Hulu or I watch it on Netflix or whatever.
You're not getting the same experience.
I'm not gonna get the same experience
No.
sitting in.
Dude, Rocky
by myself.
Horror is so ahead of its time. Like you
And
think
it was
of
a
when it came
commercial
out was
flop.
like 72, 3? Is it something like that?
So here's the thing too.
I
He
feel
went
like
to the
that
shadow
might be that,
play,
yeah.
and the people who went as well to the shadow play were very smart fans.
Yeah.
So if you go to a shadow play and you sit in a room full of people who never really
75.
experienced it, they don't know when to yell things back at the actors and participate
Yeah.
with it.
Yeah.
So when you go to shadow plays, there's parts of the movie you have to scream things at the screen or scream things at the actors.
yeah.
So his first time there, he's like, "Is this the whole time?" I said, "Yes." like people like
It was funny.
when the
as
first time
shit.
the narrator takes the stage, someone's supposed to scream, "The man in this scene has no fucking neck," right? And then I screamed, and he's like, "What are you doing?" I'm like, "This is what you're supposed to do."
Yeah, right?
We were standing in line, and the girl was going around, very gladly dressed, very
Scantily-
attractive.
Scantily.
Scantily dressed, very attractive girl. And she goes, "Is there any virgins here?" And I said, "A matter of fact, there is." And I said, "Dad, raise your hand." And he goes, "What?" And I went, "Him." And she went over with her lipstick and she drew a giant V on his forehead for virgin. And then she came over and I told her to then do it to my grandmother.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
My grandmother looks at her and goes, "I'm not a virgin. I have 9 kids." or 8 kids.
I'm not a virgin. I have 7 kids.
I have 7 kids.
Uh-huh.
I'm
That's
like,
awesome.
No, Mom, it means you're a virgin to this show. She
Yeah.
goes, "Oh, yes, I've never seen this show." I was like,
That's
"Oh,
awesome.
You're in
Yeah,
for a
Rocky
treat."
it was a
Horror is
good
so
time.
much fun.
It was a good time.
There was one time where Philly Wizard World actually did a thing with Rocky Horror Picture Show, and they had Barry Bostwick,
Oh, nice.
the original guy, and like there's people that were getting the fucking tidy whities signed by him, and like the remarks.
The
and
original
all.
Rocky, right?
Yeah, and the
No.
original-
No.
He was,
what's his
Oh,
name?
Brad.
Brad,
Yeah,
yeah.
Brad, yeah.
Yeah, they had like maybe 1 or 2 people that were from Rocky Horror Picture Show, and what they did was they played the movie, and they had like the acting then too. Well, I cosplayed as the one Wolverine from like the '80s series,
Ooh, Sorry
and
about that.
I'm like, I bet you any money I'm gonna get fucking picked on. I know right off the bat, because I had like the mutton chops. I grew in the mutton chops and all.
Nice.
Because I was Wolverine, and Dr. Frankenfurter just fucking swings in and like slams his ass in my lap. I'm like, oh my god! And like I knew it right off the bat. And there's a lady recording me, and I'm like, I knew this was gonna happen.
Yeah.
I didn't know when, but it was gonna happen.
The gentleman who played Rocky looked like he was smuggling a beer can in his shorts.
Yeah.
Dude, he
Maybe
hit
it
the
was.
he hit the stage, and every woman in the place goes, "Holy shit!"
Maybe it was. I love it. Spinal Tap. You ever watch Spinal Tap?
Yeah.
So one of my favorite when they're going through airport security and freaking Derek St. Hubbins has this big bulge in his pants and he goes through and the metal detector goes off and he takes it off his belt and everything goes back through and he's like, and he opens up his pants and he has a fucking cucumber wrapped in aluminum foil in his fucking pants.
I don't think this guy was.
I know, but it just
I
that's
don't
what
think
I
this
think.
guy was stuffing his shorts.
Probably
we'll
not,
say.
but that's just what I just think of it. I think it's hilarious.
It was it was distracting. We'll say.
Fuck.
Even for as a straight male, I was like, Jesus Christ, he's gonna hurt somebody with that thing. All right, Ben, we'll start with you. Beer of the night.
Okay. Bolero Snort right off the bat.
There it is. Pops.
Horses stole my beer.
Wow. I'm very shocked. Bolero Snort.
Bolero Snort.
I would have to agree and go Bolero as well.
It captures
It's so
in
different.
an IPA it captures
Milkshake.
fall. In a milkshake of all things too,
Yeah.
it captures fall. It's great.
All right. Beer number 2, Pops.
Number 2.
Wow.
Oh, you're gonna pick an IPA?
Jesus
Whoa,
Christ.
Pops! What
Yeah.
the fuck?
I did not expect
What?
that.
Oh
Yeah.
man.
I like that better than the
I-
Post Malone.
I
Roast
thought
Malone.
I thought he was going roasty.
We have a 3-way tie. Ooh.
Holy shit.
Wow.
Yeah. Galaxy's number 2 for me. All right. I thought Roasty would have made it.
I
I thought you two would have linked up together.
I like the pulp.
I like the
We'll start with you with 3.
differences. You son of a bitch. If only you flipped them.
Yeah,
I
right.
can't vote for
You
No,
can't vote.
Warhorse.
Nope.
Nobody can
I'd,
vote
I'd,
for Roasty.
I'd go Warhorse number 3, but since I didn't vote for Roast Malone, I have to vote for Roast Malone.
So that would be your
That would be my vote. I'd rather Warhorse, but I've already voted for Warhorse.
so that would move
So
up in the spot.
we'll go Roast Malone for 3rd.
Roast is gonna win because my pick would be the Scotch Ale. Yep. So there it is.
Interesting.
All right.
So that was
So
a
McCall placed again
the,
Yeah.
the second
by
beer,
default because I can't vote for the one I wanted to
I
win.
really
I really like the Galaxy Pulp Daddy, but I mean, these IPAs are almost a dime a dozen these days right now.
Yeah.
They're
Mhm.
all good and they're all around. So that's why I went with something else.
This one definitely was.
Definitely an honorable mention. The Warhorse.
Yeah,
Horses-
that was
Horses
definitely
Warhorse.
definitely one that I really thoroughly enjoyed.
Yeah.
It had that.
I like the art on it too
citrus.
because it
was
reminds
just
me of like the
citrus
dogs
overall.
playing poker.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
Can art.
Can art of the night.
Oh,
I mean,
boy.
for me, I'll stick right there with Roast Malone. That's my number 1.
Hmm.
It's fucking Post Malone.
Yeah, it was a toss up between. I'm going.
I really
I'm
like the
going with
cattle.
horses. I'm going. With
I really like the
horses.
Because you got old timey art, you got something that was pretty cool here with the leaves. You got Post Malone, and then you have like
The Headless Horseman
October.
one on October is really
Yeah,
cool.
but
though,
it was
too.
like a flaming horse on
Yeah.
there. Yeah.
All right, we have a 4-way tie for Can art of the night.
This is actually a decent one for.
They're all really
There's some
good.
really
They're all
good-
really
there's
awesome
some really
cans.
good
I think
art.
they all really deserve a.
Yeah.
They all deserve.
I
a
liked
mention.
all the the can art that was picked here. So
Yeah.
definitely nothing wrong with that at all.
Yeah, I think they're all worthy of it. Like New Trail's on point with most of its can art too.
Mm-hmm.
Like all of their labels have been awesome.
They've been simple, right to the point, though,
Yeah.
too. Like, and that's not a bad thing either.
No.
Sometimes you just want
But
something
like, I mean, just
simple,
whoever's
effective.
doing the art for them is doing it awesome. Like the Flaming Horse, they have the that one IPA that has like almost it looks like a ring wraith from Lord of the
Yeah.
Rings.
The I think the
Hopsecutioner?
Bolero
Yes.
Snort, the can art really described the beer.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. That would definitely be I would love to get a case of that.
Yeah, no, this is awesome.
That was really delightful.
I really like that
Warhorse. I think when it comes to like what I would wear on a T-shirt, I think Warhorse.
Yeah, the
would win
Warhorse.
for
Like
me.
I said, I really like
Wear
the
that
old
in
school
a light gray shirt with all those like saturated colors popping out.
dark green shirt, like a Chetty shirt.
When you
That's-
go to the brewery, see if they have the bombshell on a T-shirt for me, extra large. Because when we were there last time, they didn't have it in extra large.
The one I got,
The bombshell, the girl
Riding
on the
the bomb?
bomb. Yeah,
riding the bomb.
I only got the logo last time because they didn't have it in extra large.
Yeah, I bought the 2X and it's fine.
The what
Of that shirt,
of the bombshell?
I have that shirt.
No, I need an XL.
Yeah, they didn't have the XL.
Yeah.
That's why I bought the 2X.
And if they have a snapback hat, let me know, and I'll send you the money.
All right.
Yeah, or you can just Christmas present it. Or just do always combine birthday and Christmas together. Ben, what do you got to plug?
What do I got to plug? We're going to be doing a Warwick Farm episode. My one buddy, Eric Marshall, got me some of that stuff, which
Thank
is
you,
pretty
Eric.
cool. Have to definitely give him a plug. Good friend of mine from my former beer club.
That's not the guy you shit your pants is. You
No,
shit your
no, that's a totally different one. He actually wants to host us for an episode. Of
The
Bangin'
guy you
Beer.
shit.
He wants to. I think he wants us to come over, like, and
What did you
record
do?
over at his place.
He shit
Relax,
his-
I'll tell you later. I'll tell you
He
later.
shit his pants in his house.
Yeah.
He got so drunk he shit his pants. And then
and the bathroom was 10 feet away from me.
That's drunk.
and
that
then
is
like
drunk.
search his house for like bags to
That
put
is-
his shitty underwear in.
That is drunk.
Yeah, it happens. It happens.
I feel like if you don't shit your pants again, it's a missed opportunity.
No,
There are two things-
Definitely not. I'm not doing it again. No, I've
got
good
a-
underwear
I got a,
anyway.
I got a funny story for you off the air because I don't want to call anybody out.
But he kind of wants to do an episode with us. So Justin Geist, I'll give a shout out
Yeah.
to him.
We'll set something up.
Because he always has an ever rotating stock of beers, and he kind of wants us to come in. I'll talk to him.
Where does
a
he
little
live?
bit. Mertzville. It's like Lehigh Valley area.
Okay.
It's not
Cool.
bad. But
Maybe we'll do a Friday night there, depending as.
other than that,
Internet.
I'm just trying to think here. Have some cool stuff down the pipeline.
Just remember, we have a lot of pumpkin beer next month, so don't bring too much.
No. I'm just saying, like, we're going off of like like Halloween, like Oktoberfest, Halloween inspired beers. There's 2 beers I have that are bottles that are a peanut butter swirl style, like ice cream stout, and also an almond one from Equilibrium that I'm ready to really break out there. Also, Tattered Flag. We're sitting on them a little bit, but at the same time, I don't think they're going to be too terrible either. With the Phantasmagoric series, I still have the triple IPA yet, the regular bottle, and then their Ghost Chili Habanero, Ghost Chili one then as well. And I also have a Barrel Soul Stout then too that my one buddy Aaron, which is my connection for Virginia, actually has. So, and also we have a skinny man or thin.
As
like,
Ben saying all this, I'm just in my head looking, like, remembering what's in my fridge. I'm like, where the fuck are we doing all this?
Yeah.
But
Y'all got to stop buying beer.
that'd be me, But hey, we're bringing. I'm bringing some fucking fire. I'll bring some fire, kind of sprinkle it in here
Nice.
and there. But other than that, that's pretty much it for me. So there's a lot going down.
I
the
don't know
pipeline.
about most of this until this part of the show.
Yeah.
Well,
I'm sitting here
by the way.
I'm sitting here thinking, okay, on what Sunday am I just sleeping at my son's house and getting up at 5 o'clock and going back to New York? Because we've got a lot of fucking beer to drink between now and then.
yeah.
But okay.
What do you got to plug, Pops?
No,
Do you have any secret 13 beers you're sitting on?
I'm not. I'm not sitting on any beers. Not yet.
Mhm.
We'll see what the next weekend brings on my New York trip with Mom.
There you go. Yeah.
Probably bring some wine back. I can almost guarantee that.
Get another ghost bottle. You
Um,
should you should go tell them that we just did a haunted prison and we want to go do an episode at the haunted. Tori can do ghost and drink booze.
There you go.
She'll love it.
she drink wine.
Yeah, she drank the ghost bottle.
Oh,
I didn't
I
even
just
try it. She
She
smashed
liked it?
She
She liked
smashed that one full
She liked
episode.
that.
Yeah.
Okay. So she liked it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe I'll bring another bottle back.
I don't. I never even experienced it.
See, the problem with Mom's flavors taste in wine is how they relate to where they're located in the Finger Lakes.
Yeah. Well, here's the deal.
Like-
For how much of Tori's done for us logo wise,
Yeah, she'll
It-
get a.
You're gonna have
she'll
all
get-
the wine and beer.
Yeah, she'll get a
if you
bottle of
bring
wine.
her some Red Cat or whatever that place is, or some ghost
Hazlitt?
wine, Houselit, yeah, she won't be upset about it.
Yeah, no. But Mom's favorite wine is on one side of the lake. My winery is on the other. My favorite winery is on the other side
Tell her
of
to
the
take
lake.
a boat.
And then Warhorse is only 10 minutes from Hazlitt, Red Cat.
Next year, when it's like summertime and this whole COVID things, we got to go up as a group.
Oh,
because,
I'm-
because
You don't even have to
100%
wait
in.
for COVID to be over. Their winery said, "Fuck it, we're opening."
really,
Yeah,
Oh,
they
wow.
got the okay.
we should go up. Like,
And they're-
maybe
and
maybe maybe a weekend in November before the snow and stuff hits. We should all go up as a team.
Let me know in advance so then I have some time.
Their
Yeah.
their
It's
hours
such a cool experience.
their hours
Yeah.
are like
No, I'd be 100%
till 5
about that.
o'clock.
yeah,
If your wife likes wines,
Oh, yeah.
she'll love it up there.
She likes wine and beer.
and we
Should love
we
it up
crashed at in Watkins Glen.
We were actually looking at going
Yeah.
to Watkins Glen in like January, maybe.
I'll tell you what. If I'm gonna sneeze, the water level is down in the Finger Lakes area.
But
so
it
the
is everywhere.
waterfalls are not running.
That's where it is everywhere
I can
too.
care-
Like
I
we
care
haven't had
less.
much
But
rain.
but I mean, for
We're there to drink.
For
We don't
those,
care about
For
water.
the folks that are coming up to also do some sightseeing and do the gorge and stuff, it's going to be a little disappointing if the water's not running.
Yeah, I don't care. I'm there. Booze.
But it's the
Yeah, right.
waterfall, the Ithaca waterfalls. There's probably a
Dude,
dozen.
there's some
of them.
sick houses on Airbnb you can rent for like $200 a night.
Yeah,
dude.
yeah.
Well, we just figured out.
Hazlitt has a house they rent
Oh, really?
right at the winery.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, what we did for Gettysburg, how
Oh,
we all
yeah.
tripped. Dude, we paid like $20 each and got this like.
It's a fucking summer camp.
It's
Yeah.
a summer camp for Boy Scouts. It's
Yeah.
huge.
Yeah.
You let me know when you want to come up, and we'll
we'll figure it out.
look at it, and
Yeah.
we'll figure out what we're
I'm
doing.
into travel.
What do you got to plug?
The only thing I really got Metal at the Mansion next Sunday. Us, Ultraviolent and Phased at the Yingling Mansion in Pottsville, Faith in Exile. Starts at 5 p.m. So I don't know if it's the last concert of the year, but it's getting cold out, so it should be interesting.
Yeah.
But that's what I got. Metal at the Mansion next Sunday.
Just support the rest of this network, IWP Network. Make sure you check the links below. Follow us on YouTube. We're at 455 subscribers. We're getting close to our goal. We're getting halfway close to our goal of 500 people. We need that 1,000. So if you guys don't mind, and head over to YouTube and give us a subscribe, hit that bell for the notifications, and just keep supporting, man. Let people know we exist. We truly, truly appreciate it. Grab a T-shirt, grab a sticker, anything from the merch store. We are looking to get new headphones to get rid of these uncomfortable ones. If you've been on the show, you realize sitting here for an hour, they do get a little tight. Yeah, so thank you guys so much for the continued support. That'll do it for Bangin' Beers. Here's some Max Bolton for some Bangin' Beers.
Bangin' beers, time to bang some beers. Bangin' beers, time to bang some beers. If you got some beers to bring, you know we're always down to hang. 1 or 2 or 3 more, come see what we've got in store. A beer for you and a beer for me, 1 and 1, and that makes 3. So if you think you're down to hang, come and join the bangin' gang. Bangin' beers, time to bang some beers. Bangin' beers, time